Soulja Boy is starting a rapper university not too dissimilar to what Kai Cenat has done with Streamer University, and, you know, honestly, there's even similarities to like what Drewski does with his thing. I'm Sean Longevity with Bringing Down the Band and the New Old Heads podcast, and this is my Unpacked series where I typically go deeper on New Old Heads segments, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. Soulja Boy has apparently become a professor and a dean.
Okay.
A dean.
Hey,
Did he start this university?
I don't know.
I think he's working with Dr. Umar.
Because he's the first rapper to ever.
I don't know if people were going to catch the Terry's joke there. I think he's working with Dr. Umar.
Have a university.
And yeah. Yeah. Well, he said in the trailer, I believe, I'm the first rapper to be a professor and be a dean is what he said. But
A dean of what?
I don't know, the university, Rapper University. So he's unveiled a trailer for his Rapper University.
Whoa. That's the name of the school.
To me, it sounds like he's go
It's a
ahead and do your thing, man.
Yeah, according to the website, prospective applicants must upload a 1-minute YouTube audition explaining why they should be selected. The application extends beyond artists and welcomes producers, creators, teachers, mentors, guest judges, managers, promoters, and other industry-related roles. Very much on the heels of Kai Cenat's rug pull with
That's
Streamer
where I was going.
University, you know. But there's a quick little, let's watch this. I cut the trailer up a little bit, but, you know, it's definitely like 2 minutes, but here's a small part of it.
Ain't none of that regular cafeteria shit. Yeah, I'm a hibachi, Big Dave, Waffle House, American Deli. I need y'all to build y'all brand. You know,
Nothing like coming to school and, you know, no idea who's going to be teaching anything, but hey, man, we got good food.
let's teach music, we teach confidence, we teach branding, we teach marketing, we teach hustle. And most importantly, we teach you how to bet on yourself. You ready to stop dreaming and start building? Then go apply right now.
Yeah, as an educator, none of this is like curriculum. So like you can't, it's like selling dreams. It's just like, hey man, come here and trust me, bro. It's just, we're gonna share all of our insights.
Your boy Soulja Boy. Want to see you on campus at Rapper University, where ambition graduates.
All right. Now, this
Ambition graduates.
is one of the greatest cash grabs I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be successful. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
me too.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of get right into it. And I saw a comment already on this segment that came out, one of our clips. They said, "Why is it unfortunate that he's successful?" It's unfortunate that he's successful at the behest of scamming other people that are going to be trying to join a university to be a successful music artist. That's not what this is portraying. That's not where this is going to. You know, we should all not be happy for people just because they're successful, especially if they are scamming and or they are not qualified to do the things that they are doing. Now, it's to be seen if what the infrastructure around this Rapper University is going to be, and if it is a great thing, then hey, I'm all for it. But that's not what it's presenting as we start. Should artists look at this as a gimmick or as a useful tool in 2026? Why or why not?
Now, it depends if this is and I hate to say it, if this is a streamable or like this is going to be on some form of television or YouTube, it can be beneficial for whoever it is deciding to do.
Just because of the spectacle of the fire that's happening.
Yeah.
Not because the fact that it's a university, but because of the fact that there might be some sort of notoriety. So in essence, it's reality TV.
You know what I mean? It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And it's very much in the same vein of Drewski's could have been.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But hell, you're probably going to pay to be a part of this. You know what I mean? So I'm going to bring some money in and I'm going to give you a platform, I guess, especially if somebody is successful from this. Hell, I thought Jermaine Dupri was tripping with that, the whatever rap the show that he had.
Kids.
Yeah, but Lotto came from that. You know what I mean? So
he also said at the end, and also she retired, right? Didn't she recently say that she's done with rap and now she's retiring? You know, from one perspective, it's like, all right, cool. I'm happy that people are successful and can get some success from the things that they enjoy. But from another perspective, from if it's really supposed to be about the art and the creativity nature of it and building the infrastructure around, you know, making it so that artists can be successful in the long run doing creative art, in that particular type of way, then it's kind of bastardizing it in a way too, right? Get in, get out, get your money, move on. I don't know. The trailer, something like, check out more at twitch.tv/Soulja Boy or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
he's about to make a bag off of this.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same play that all the celebrities and everybody are doing that aren't already in the streamer game. The thing that Soulja Boy has that the other people don't is he is one of the first people that made money off of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But can you say he's the most lucrative person on YouTube from his current content? Nah, you can't really say that. But he is a recognizable figure.
He was in the right place at the right time doing the right thing.
Exactly.
That's what that was.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is going to net him more revenue than anybody else. Somebody else might get a couple viral moments they can push on their own socials and things of that nature. He might be viral for a week or two, or, you know, I mean, it's the same play that everybody is doing. And it only makes sense for him to do it. I get it. But as if I'm comparing his situation to what Kai Cenat opportunity is, with actually getting people together that have made it in the streaming business and putting them in the same areas to kind of bounce off each other and then create more content and lead to, you know what I'm saying, more financial gain. That makes sense. But with Soulja Boy, it might and it might not. I don't know. I hate to be the neighborhood hater tonight because I already said I don't believe in what Dame Dash got going on. I don't believe in what Soulja Boy got going on either, because who has he put on?
Exactly.
And all this time, the
A-Rab?
He didn't put A-Rab on. A-Rab was not up next.
Yeah.
A-Rab disappeared before that first album left the shelves.
Yeah.
And I think that the thing with hate too, man, like I could very easily be perceived as a hater on a regular basis. And that's cool, however people want to perceive it. But like, I don't hate on anything where people are legitimately being authentically who they are, and they're authentically trying to be great people and do great things. It's always the stuff in between that I hate on. What do you think, Jay?
I mean, I think it's Soulja Boy is a name. He's a brand, whether or not you enjoy his music at all or not. And I think there are people who are going to listen to. I think at this point, his interviews and some of his viral moments are a lot more popular than his music. You know, him saying Drake, and he's like, he stole my whole flow. This, that, and the third. Those are things that people remember. And the thing, whenever he says, like, I was the first to do this, I was the first to do that. And people give credibility to those things, whether they're valid or not.
Yeah.
So,
true.
I don't know, to see Soulja Boy with this, you know, he's got his teeth shining. You know, that's something that draws people in. People are going to
shiny things.
Get excited about sort of things like that.
I got another question.
That looked like a real cheap ass grill to me.
Well, I'm not going to judge his grill.
I am.
You know, I'm just saying. You know, Soulja Boy has cultural cachet that maybe we don't recognize, but there are people who do.
Yeah.
So it's not even that I don't recognize it. I definitely recognize it. I just, there's certain parts of his character and who he is that just kind of aligns him more on the side of reality TV. Or just a personality more than like a musician. And he, you know, don't get me wrong, that's how he started, as kind of like, you know, with his music and things of that nature. He's both, you know what I mean? But he definitely skews and leans more on the other side, which is very easy for me to just be like, all right, you know, it's whatever. Yeah. So, and similar to Kai Cenat, is this, and this kind of goes off kind of what Terry was saying, is this the proper way to build a career around this? Or is it just a bastardization of the educational system in a way that can structurally build the tools, and you could almost extend it to streamer university?
I think it kind of goes both ways, honestly. I think it worked for those that have already set a foundation. I don't think anybody that's going to one of these situations and have yet to start doing anything that is ever going to be beneficial for them.
That's a bar right there. I feel like what Terry just said right there, if you don't take anything else away from this video, what he just said right there is, especially if you're somebody who's thinking, this ain't that bad of it, maybe I'll apply. Like, if you haven't even started yet, it's not even for you. It's even like when I'm teaching stuff, because I teach it, you know, I teach at a music production and DJ school, and I teach music production at a university, and this isn't like accounting. This isn't like engineering, to where like there's very tangible things at the other side of it, where it's like, all right, I can go apply for an engineering job. You know, I can go apply for an accounting job or whatever. Like, this is, you have to already be in it. You have to be active in it, and you have to be doing the thing. So like, this isn't for you and you're not going to benefit from it if you are super green. Like, this could potentially benefit people that just need eyes on them. you know, and it's selling false dreams to people that are green. I agree.
Like with the cost and that thing, you have to like submit
Even for the streamer stuff.
like a video. You have to somewhat know what you're doing. I seen Keith Lee trying to be a part of
saw
that.
that too.
You know what I'm saying? He's very successful in the game. He's trying to submit to kind of be one of the instructors,
Yeah,
so to
something
speak.
like that or something.
Yeah. So I mean, you're surrounding yourself with people that are successful in this area. With Soulja Boy, I mean, I can't really put my finger on anything that he could teach you to do in today's day and age. I remember he had a video game system that was just a knockoff shit from China. Same thing Ray J
Soulja
be doing.
game.
He just bringing stuff over, slapping his name on it. He had some yums at one point in time.
Yeah, I think this is another piece too. Like Soulja Boy, like, I mean, I know he's coming up with the idea, and he does kind of fancy himself as like, hey, you know, he does take the next step in a lot of these situations. Like, hey, I'm doing this thing, which is it's commendable in its own way, but like, I don't know anybody who would like legitimately be interested and benefit to go to like a rapper university with him at the head, unless, you know, there are legitimate people underneath him that are like teaching the stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Soulja Boy is just one of those characters. He's funny. He's going to entertain you himself, but I don't see that leading to anything for anybody else. Just like the Drewski situation. It's funny, but nobody has gotten on from Could Have Been Records.
And I think, again, from that perspective, if that's all that Rapper University is just kind of like Drewski-esque thing, just this kind of fun thing, and maybe it helps some people in the process, but it's not serious. I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I think the framing of it actually to where people like legitimately think that it might like change their life, I think that's the part that is a little weird to me.
And if you don't know that when you go to audition for Could Have Been Records, that nothing's going to happen as far as actually being on a record label, then you're lost in the sauce, essentially.
Yes and no. It can.
Somebody got signed and actually put out something. That's
I'm
what
not saying
talking
that.
about.
I'm just saying it depends on that individual's hustle, what you do with whatever you get from that point. You can make some money for a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would say that the only strength, and this was a question, but I think we all agree with this, the only strength value in participating in this is really the name of the creator and what you do with that moment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wouldn't expect to go to Streamer University or Rap University and actually learn anything that I actually need.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for connections.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Or people's, you know, like looking at me and viewership. From that perspective, like as an educator, it does feel like a bastardization. In a way.
That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? You're not, but those relationships can go a long way.
Sure.
If you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
You know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing. So,
yeah.
If this wasn't your end goal, because a lot of people's unfortunate goal is to just be on something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it. I honestly, even though that was kind of a sidebar, that's actually kind of a problem that I have too, is like people look at this as like not a serious thing, and this kind of more so makes it look like not a serious thing.
It's kind of, to me, like, even like when you think about Flavor of Love, people was going on there trying to get famous, so to speak, to date Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
But honestly, how many people can you name from that show right now?
Flavor Flav.
I can name a couple.
Well, I mean, because a couple of those girls did wind up in King magazine, which was the pinnacle of what you were probably going to get at that
20
time.
years ago.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know,
I
delicious.
ran into one of them at a pool party in LA back then.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, if that's what you're calling making it for that moment, yeah. I mean, I guess that's successful, but did it lead to a lucrative career to where that was what set them off?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate the idea that it's being conflated with like
Talent.
learning. Well, that obviously, but just
putting university on it.
Putting university on there or anything to the, it's like, no, it's just like this big reality TV thing.
Exactly.
With a bunch of people that are like focused around the same type of thing. And, you know, I think also with the literacy crisis that we're kind of in right now, people are legitimately going to think that this is like something legitimate when you strap just the word university on there. And from one perspective, you can't really be mad at, you know, like at Kai and Soulja Boy, but that's what they're selling it as. And this isn't even to prop up like the culture of universities and things of that nature. You know, I'm all for different schools popping up that want to educate and want to help in any particular fashion. But You just got to do it the right way. When you go to the school, what are you going to get from coming out of the school? And there should be some type of metric. If this is essentially kind of like a trade school, it's like, what are you going to get when you get out of this? Like, and is it something that is tangible, or is it just something that, you get what you put into it, depending on who you are and if we like you or not. I don't know. It's leading people in the wrong direction. And I come across this on a regular basis because I teach young musicians, and there's so much that goes into it that this is just, from my opinion, this is the luck side of it. This is like, sure, grind, sure, do these things, sure, you have to get lucky. But what I mean by this is that, success in the arts and entertainment industry is like, you can have a ton of talent and you can be extremely talented. I've taught a bunch of extremely talented people, but the people that are successful are the people that are extremely active and do get a little bit of luck and do happen to, and successful, by the way, by the metric of quote unquote fame and a lot of money or anything like that. It's like, it's a combination of a bunch of things. And when you factor in like all the different things that are a part of like this bucket that you're going to put in for, I need to be a successful musician or artist or whatever, all the things you need to put in the bucket to get there. This is literally just like the maybe luck portion. And maybe I'm selling it a little bit too short because I don't know what it's going to turn into. Maybe it is going to be better than what it's presenting as, but it doesn't even seem like there's an idea yet. There's apparently it's a chat GPT website. Shouts to my guy David Peck who told me that. It just presents as a scam and as a cash grab. And luck is what happens when preparations meet opportunity, as Seneca says, or I guess Spider-Man, depending on who you are. But like, yeah, it rubs me wrong. Like, just to kind of prop it in this type of like, come, be a part of this, because you're gonna get these gems that's gonna help you for the rest of your life and all this other stuff. Like, and I know that, and I'm just saying, like, to Terry's point, like, you should know when you're going into it, but that's not how they're selling it. And I feel like we have a lot of people that are, especially younger people, obviously, that are a part of this, that are just going to be, it's just furthering the wrong message.
No, because to them, okay, I'm not I'm not going to college, but I'm going to go to Streamer University. This is going to be the next step that brings me into my actual adult life. And I don't want anyone to think that this is a real thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to discourage anybody who has some great idea or is, says, oh, I'm going to be the next Kai Cenat or Keith Lee or whomever. But honestly, the chances are you doing that are very slim.
Yeah, this isn't like me praising like universities and and things of that nature. It's
right.
Just there's a proper way to go through and to learn. Like, this is not it.
I don't think
If you don't teach, if you haven't built a curriculum, if you haven't like literally went through the method of sitting down and like teaching a group of people and a variety of different people, and analyzed how different people learn and understand how people get from A to B and how not everything is just like immediate. And there's just so much that goes into education and teaching different people different things that, teachers are already like not paid enough and not valued enough in our society. And the last thing that I want, I'm going to keep coming back to this point apparently, but the last thing that I want is, people to look at this in this particular perspective of like, school is not needed in education and stuff like that. And maybe I'm being a little drastic here, but it's pretty close to me considering this is what I do.
I think one of the things that they're teaching is how to properly use editing tools and lighting and all. I don't know, but I don't think that's part of it. I think they're more or less, hey, this is how you go viral.
And it could be, though. Could be.
This is how you engage an audience.
And maybe this is a good example. Maybe this is a good time for some people to potentially reach out to him and say, like, how are you building this out? Do you need some help? That would be cool.
And I'm not saying that those aren't.
I don't have the capacity for that, but maybe somebody else does.
That's a way to make money,
If that's how you're trying to make money, okay, cool. But at the same time, you have to have a situation to where, like, okay, on a technical level, you're presenting something that isn't just trash.
Yeah, like how are they vetting the people that, I know, again, I know I'm taking it to the extreme, but how are they vetting the people that are teaching the things? How are they?
That's a good question.
How are they? Where's this info? How are you not setting up another generation to just fail while you just profit off of them?
Yeah,
like, is this the next?
Which is something that I'm extremely critical on universities and art schools. It's what it is. It's like, come here and learn the thing, but then they finish their 4 years of school, and then they have literally no idea how they're going to turn this into any type of profit after they spent so much money and time into something. Like there has to be resources and guidance even within curriculum of like, how do you turn this artistic thing that you want to do into money? The criticism that I have even.
And I don't know too much about
not just this, but like of all institutions.
Is this the new version of? Remember when Full Sail University, when that was a thing, and it's like, oh, you can learn music production and this, that, and the third, and it's like, I'm pretty sure that, and like they could still be open. I don't know.
I think they are.
And you could just be taking money from people and getting them to take out student loans, and you're not really setting them up for any type of success in the future.
Yeah, I've had students that went to Full Sail. Well, actually, a lot of them. A lot of people I know. I mean, but it's more of like a mixing and mastering type thing.
Okay,
but still,
I don't even want to compare it to Full Sail because at least there's an actual curriculum there.
It is. I think that don't really make sense for anybody unless you actually going down to Florida. Like if you in Florida where they have all of the infrastructure.
I'll be honest. I've had students that have went there too that didn't really get a ton from it. So.
Where they can put you with...
They can set you up with the Pro Tools and all that.
Not even that. They can set you up with producers and you can build relationships with people that are actually in the industry.
Yeah.
That's the only way it really makes sense to go to something like that.
I do actually disagree with this because there is still a fundamental... As long as you're... What schools are for in general, but a lot of people need the structure. And what Full Sail gives some people... is just the structure to from A to B to C to D. All right, do this, then learn this, then learn this, then learn this. You can learn most of this stuff on YouTube. Like even the stuff that I teach at Academics or the stuff I teach at the university I teach at. All that stuff, you can learn it yourself. The benefit of the school is that is having somebody who is knowledgeable that is explaining it to you in a systematic, organized structure, who has went through this before, who can help you go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 and can guide you in those areas and be like, all right, let's learn these things, and is a quick resource to be able to help you get there faster. You can get there in a year as opposed to getting pieces here and there. I always say supplement all of the education, official education you get with actual your self-learning at the same time. You should be working in between classes. Anyways.
You know what I mean? But they have online courses where you can do everything they do online, but that'll help you learn the engineering part, but it didn't put you in the engineering.
And don't get me wrong, there are levels to it, right? I mean, I literally have built a course around this stuff that's not a university. Shouts to Academics, one of our partners, right? And on the screen right now. Stuff who...
I'm a product.
Yeah, and I've taken the DJ course and I literally built the production course there. And so like it's built by people that literally are in the industry and of the industry and navigate it in that particular type of way. And I think there's ways to do it. That's why I like the Full Sail thing. Like, I don't know exactly. I know it's more for mixing and mastering. I know a lot of people that have been through there. I've heard mixed things from there. And I think it's based upon the expectations that people have when they go there, because it became this cultural thing to like, well, I'm going to be... Because I'm 43, so back when I was young, it was like, well, what is the path to become a professional musician as a music producer or a hip hop person or something like that? And it was just like, well, these courses didn't exist like in universities. So I was like, but Full Sail existed. So you can maybe just go to Full Sail. And I feel like there are a lot of people that it was like Berkeley School of Music or like Full Sail or do it on your own. Or like I did, which was don't just figure it out on your own and go to school for something else, which is what I did. Went to Full Sail and then nothing materialized because people had these expectations going into it, not understanding that you're just it's like a trade school. You're learning a trade to go there. And so, I feel like it does get the bad rap because it has so many people that went there that wanted something that didn't get out of it. But I know a lot of people that did go there and did get
actually learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just have to kind of understand what you're getting yourself into. And that's, and in the classes that I teach, that's the one thing that I say that's the very first day of class is like, look, this is what you're going to learn. This is the path that I'm going to set you on. And in 10 to 12 months, you are not going to be the greatest version of yourself. And it's just setting you and giving you the structure to become that if you continue to apply yourself based upon the stuff that you have. And so maybe from that perspective, Streamer University is going to be something to that degree based upon the relationship aspect. And Rapper University. And maybe some of the stuff, I said Streamer University, but Rapper University, I have less faith in Rapper University than I do Streamer University.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
And the reason why is less to do with Kai Cenat or Soulja Boy. It just, It's more so to do because like streamer university is about, legitimately, it's about virality and that, you know, and a rapper university should be first and foremost about developing your skills. And so, but it's not being sold as such.
Yeah.
But like, you know, don't get me wrong, Mickey Fax has a school related to like teaching people how to rap and stuff like that or something. I think he does. I'm pretty sure. And to that degree, you know, so I think it can be done by, but I would rather go to a Mickey Fax school for about hip hop and rap than Soulja Boy. I'm just saying. Mickey Fax is an actual MC, you know.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're looking for.
Well, again, if you're looking for the educational aspect of like, I want to know how to rap. I want to understand how do I put bars together as opposed to how do I capitalize off of, you know, virality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, so to me, it's not even catchiness. It's just virality. It's like laying the fundamentals so that like you do one before you do the other. That's the way that it's supposed to be, you know, from an educational standpoint. You get good at the thing. And the way that I teach is like learn the thing so that then you can break the rules. But if you don't know the thing before you break the rules, then you're kind of out here looking crazy. And not even necessarily looking crazy. It just makes it harder to get from A to B. You know, I've had students that have taken my course twice because the first time they went through, they were just trying to go get through it. You know what I mean? But it's like, learn it inside and out. Then you know how to break the thing in the way that makes it unique to you. You know what I mean? But learn the tools. These tools are powerful. You know what I mean?
That depends though. Cause who's to say that Soulja wasn't good at what he did? He did it more than once.
He was good at what he did because he had so much virality. But nobody.
We talking about songs that have lasted.
He got some songs that stay.
Yeah, he got songs that have lasted for some time.
Sure.
But the thing about that is, to me,
depends on your metric.
Now,
that's where I stop. It depends on your metric because I'm not going to argue with, but people like it. I'm not going to do that.
Are they? Is he the best rapper?
No.
But
he is the
he knows how to make a song that will stay.
He hasn't done that in a minute though. So
last time he did it was COVID.
What did he make in COVID?
That Make It Clap with the whistle. I saw it firsthand.
All right. Well, I mean,
yeah,
he's a Soulja Boy, but
again,
I don't personally see him being able to teach somebody how to do that.
You have to look at that stuff with a grain of salt because like the virality piece is, you almost can't judge Soulja Boy's virality because he's already popular at that point. So it's going to be easier for him to pop no matter. And I hope that he's better than he was 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be. But like.
He was probably better then.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's saying
COVID
a lot.
was 7 years.
But then, you know, that if that is the case, I don't know. That goes to my point. 2007 is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, me too. I'm talking. He's probably better then.
Yeah.
Drugs has really done a number on our guy.
But in general, when we speak about in general, like we can't, from my perspective, you can't make standards based upon the exception.
Okay.
And Soulja Boy is an exception. And, you know, he has a couple records that were really massive. And I don't want to take that away from him. You know, he did what he did. But like most people that are going to go to rapper university you're not going to be able to do what Soulja Boy did. Like you can't teach that. Like you can't teach what he did because he got lucky. At the end of the day, sure, you can say he had a hit and all this stuff. That I'm not taking that away from him, but if he dropped that same record in 2026, it's not doing anything because it's so saturated with that. And granted, I think he had a part of kind of creating that lane in a way, which he's a legend, but it's also like the nature of where we are in society to where like, I feel like the people that are going to stand out are the people that are, you know, you're either going to chase the virality forever, or you're going to get yourself a solid foundation and be good at the stuff and also at the same time chase. So
You
got to chase either way. But look, I'm on the side of education. I'm on the side of, I live by what I talk about here. You know, like I want people to be successful where I was not successful early on. You know, I want to help people get to that next point. And this is a thing that the educational piece, the stuff that I talk about is entirely important to set people up to be successful long term. I want people to build skills so that they can be successful long term, to where if rapping doesn't work out or producing or whatever these things don't work out, they still have a major set of skills that they're efficient in that also can translate into other skills very easily, depending on what they want to do, even if it's down to just organization, even if it's just down to understanding the learning process so it's easier to learn other things as you progress through life. Like this is a lifelong thing. This is not about like, let me just get hot for this moment. Like that's not a lifelong thing. That's just a luck thing. And some people get lucky in that, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. Everybody wants to get lucky. But what happens when the luck runs out? And the luck runs out for 99.9% of the people. You know what I mean? So, you know, that infrastructure is important.
You actually have a talent that you want to nurture. And I feel like that people that feel like they already know how to rap and have a talent to do so aren't even trying to go to Soulja Boy's school or whatnot. If they're doing it, it's for the exposure piece only.
That's it.
That maybe somebody might see me doing this, but I ain't trying to learn nothing from Soulja Boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As somebody that could actually rap.
No, absolutely. No, it's just like you're utilizing it for what it is. So let's just call it what it is. It's just
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah. God bless.